Good morning. Good morning. Take my sweater off. I'm getting all hot. Ta-da. Good morning. Good morning. This is Facebook Friday. Ooh, I'm gonna have to close my door. It's VIP shopping. The flea market starts today. It's VIP shopping. Ta-da! Oh, and a couple things. Oh, look at this. So we're gonna have we have a couple things happening here. This one's still wet. Good morning. How's everyone doing? Oh, so I'm going to we have a Facebook Friday. Ta-da! I have my little Ranger things, just so you guys can see. I do have them when I find them. I bring them from home. Haha. Okay, so first I'm going to show you guys, this is the stencil from yesterday. Oh, you can see I missed a little spot, but that's okay. So this is the stencil that was covered in gilding polish, pearlescent medium, and toner ink. And you can see that except for the little spot that I kind of missed right here, it looks super brand new. All I did was throw it in the sink, squirt hand sanitizer over it, and just kind of like mush it around so it was like covered evenly, and let it sit for about 10-15 minutes, and then rubbed it off with a scrubby, one of those scrubby things, but not like a sponge that has like the, you know, the hard part on it. And that was it. And so here I just kind of could have rubbed a little bit harder, but it doesn't really matter because it's not gonna bother my stenciling at all. So now all I have to do is clean the ink off of this one. Haha. And that was our little demo yesterday with the Lawn Fawn Clover stencil set that we showed there. Oh my god, let me see. You're so cute, Esther. You feel like a stalker. I feel like a stalker too. I was told that it did ship yesterday, I think. They're in Texas, and I think it comes FedEx. I have lots of problems. Anyways, you'll see, this is our Facebook Friday. It is not, I haven't even 100% assembled it because it's featuring a bunch of different things. And Liz, I'll show you what was the inspiration for this. So this card was the inspiration of Facebook Friday. So this was designed by Liz Marple, and like, look at how cute it is. So she did, she did this card. Oh, but she used this, I was stamping in here because this is me kidding. So I stamped, she used the foil. It's the same exact font or whatever. I know, FedEx, man. So there is some ink blending happening in here. There's some water reaction happening in the background. And this is like very distressy but pink fresh, and it just looks so cute. And then there's some faux watercoloring happening. So if you have, you'll need some inks, and you don't have to use these colors that I put out today. I had a green. What did I do with it? I'm looking in all my bags. Well, we'll have to find a green. So here I have just a green for the leaves, so whatever. I think I had pulled out Shabby Shutters, and then I don't know what I did with it. You'll need a paintbrush or an aqua pen. So you'll see here, even the shades of blue are different. So Liz chose to use Chipped Sapphire. This one I chose to use Prize Ribbon, because that's kind of the blue I've been gravitating to lately. So you can do exactly what we're doing with blues and yellows. Even the flowers have blue and yellow, and then you'll just need, I picked out yellow and Wild Honey just so I have kind of two tones, and then the greens. We have problems with FedEx too. Does it? It does. I know. I don't know what it is. And I try to be calm, and they're like, it's COVID, ma'am. And I'm like, excuse me, COVID's over. And they're like, you're not essential. And I'm like, but I am essential to people's mental health. But they don't like it when I say that. So anyways, oh my god, I digress. We can do We could talk about FedEx all day. Okay, so your kit you should have, we're going to go over what's in your kit. So, in your kit, where did I just, oh my god, I was super organized up until I sat down. Is that hysterical? Oh, there it is. Okay, in your kit, you should have some sort of die cut word. So, and for those of you that are new, we sell what we call Facebook Fridays. So you get, it's for the whole month. It's $40 for 4 kits, and they're already kind of prepped and ready to go. And they come in a little bundle. Where is, I had one in here. Oh well. Sometimes they're a little bit different. So like last week we had different critters, but they were all critters from the same stamp set. So it was a little bit kind of dealer's choice. I don't know how it goes into the... oh, this die cut did not work. Awesome. Anyways, so today's going to be sort of the same thing because we're just like highlighting a couple things that we had in the store and people have been using them a lot more lately. So this came in a little bit ago. This is called Brushed Pink Fresh, Esther. This is all Pink Fresh. So this is called Brushed Sentiments. And you can see here the design team has been using it very well. So you'll have some sort of sentiment in your kit, be it happy birthday, right? So we have happy and birthday, or you'll have best wishes, or you'll have congrats, or you'll have hello, or you'll have thank you, or you'll have I love you more. So you have all those. So this comes in a stamp. It also has the die, so I die cut all those out too. And then it also has the glimmer plate. So if you wanted, if you don't like stamping, you like adding foil, this is how Liz created the foil effect here on this brush sentiment. So it was this here with the foiling instead of just inking, and here I used just Hero Arts Intense Black to stamp it over and over again. And then by giving everyone a different little sentiment, it helped me cut some of the time down. And then it's just going to be cute to watch and see what you guys do. The other thing that we're featuring is, and this is an oldie but a goodie, so I think this might be one of their very first sets of this. This one is called, hey, I don't know what it's called because we covered it up. Oh my god. Here we go on the struggle bus bright and early. This is called Painted Peonies. Okay, so this is called Painted Peonies, and it is a stamp. So you can see this is the whole stamp, and then there's this die set that comes with it, and you stamp it once, and you can die cut all of these cute little pieces at once. So then there's also a coordinating washi. So if you didn't want to stamp, if you're not awesome at stamping, you can lay out the washi on a piece of paper and you can die cut the little washi bits. But instead of doing the washi, which we've done before, we're just using the stamp bits. And so in your kit, you should have some assortment. I think I split it in twos. See, here's all the cute little sentiments. We have extras there. Okay. This is stamped with archival ink because we're going to do watercoloring. So this is stamped with the Tim Holtz archival ink. I didn't want it to be super, super dark because I wanted it to be kind of like a faded look. So we're going to have that. So you either have... Ah, where's my flowers? Oh, the flowers stayed in the bag. Okay. So... when you die cut this, let me get, and mine are like the poopy ones that I had to stamp more than once, so don't Okay, so you're either gonna have this big piece here, which is the floral bunch, or you're gonna have the cute little floral wreath, and then you're gonna have a couple of the extra little bits that are here. And it was just random. I literally was like, oh, okay, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And just putting them in kits. So you're going to have A or B, and then some assortment of cute little flowers. Okay, so that's going to be that. And then I'm going to keep these two for our cute little demo. And put these back. Da, 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 da. Okay, everything, all the paper that you see in your kit is going to be the Hammermill 80 pound. So we won't judge. I love that. So you're going to have Hammermill 80-pound cardstock in here. That's what was used for stamping the sentiment. That is what this little white piece is back here. We are going to add water to it today. So you'll see that if you do, I'm going to show you two different techniques. You can see here. There's two different techniques happening, so you can choose to do either one. It's okay to do it with the Hammermill, but you'll see it's kind of like warping a little until it dries. So it's just whichever tickles your fancy and what you want to do. So we're going to do one or the other. We're going to do both. So I'm going to show you, we'll do this one first because it's really easy. This is just smush. This is called smushing, if you haven't done smushing. So you will need some water. Either a spray bottle or a mister or just some water. You'll need an aqua pen for later. And if you have a splatter brush or a paint brush, you'll need that just to create some of the water resist here. Okay, so we're going to start. We're going to put kind of the stuff to the side and hopefully we don't make a huge mess. Da, 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 da. Okay, I'm going to show you with, oh, do I have, yes. I'm going to show you the smush with this smaller card because I like the smush, but I didn't cut two cards this size. So I'm going to show the smush with the smaller one and then the ink blending with the bigger one like this. So we're going to go. So we're going to do smush first. Smush is literally what it sounds like, right? I don't know if you guys have done it. It's been around forever, but what you're going to take is you're going to take your distress ink on either your glass mat or a silicone mat or something. You're going to take that down and you're literally just going to smush the ink pad. So I don't know if you can see, it's turning blue here. I know, right? And I'm adding like a ton, so you don't have to do like this much just because I want it to show up on camera. So you would just push your ink down like this, and then you're going to just take a water bottle, a mister, so it depends on what you have. You can use a mister, you could use, what is this called? Like a sprayer, vaporizer, whichever one you want, and you're just going to kind of spray your ink with water. So this is going to start this reacting effect already, and then you're literally just going to take your paper and smush it in there. And you can do like, oh, you can do little droplets, you could do a little bit here, you could do like the edges, and then you can add more water. If you're adding more water, it's going to dilute the color a little bit, so you're going to get a little bit more of a lighter effect. Da, 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 da. And again, we're using, this is like, well, now I'm going too much, see? I'm an over smusher. No. You can over smush, but it's always, that's the thing with smushing. It's going to be all over. So see, you can kind of, you can keep parts that are light, parts that are dark. You can kind of just kind of pick up your pattern, and you can dry it in between layers. So when you do this, you're going to have kind of like a cute little smush. Smush, smush, smush. And okay, we're back. Sorry, it switched me to a weird Wi-Fi. Okay, hopefully we're here. Okay, as I was saying, you can layer and smush as much as you want. You don't have to cover the whole page. You can kind of pick up different areas, but you can move kind of the ink around with your finger, and then you'll have just kind of different little things. And then if you cut enough paper, oh, there we go. If you cut enough paper when you're smushing, you can just keep kind of adding, just keep going with different sheets of paper. So you'll have a whole bunch of different kind of organic-y, smushy backgrounds, if that makes sense here. And then you can always do little darker pieces by just adding some more ink. Da, 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 da. You can add some more ink, you can kind of smush in there, or you can spray again and just kind of, ooh, I dropped it that time, but you'll get, so you have smushing. So if you want to do kind of a smushy background, that's up to you. And depending on how you cover it, you can also, you'll get something like this. So here's Liz's smushy background. You can also go in after you kind of smushed everything and take like a, when it's dry, take a wet paper towel or a wet wipe and smush in there to get more of a reaction happening too. So you have like a smushy, this is a smushy set. So that is kind of one background you could choose to do. Or what we're gonna focus on more today is gonna be just ink blending. So I have ink blending with a little bit of water reaction. I'm gonna put down my Sizzix Mixed Media Mat, this new silicone Sizzix mat. And over here I have the wells. I'm gonna go up like this. Okay, over here I have wells and stuff, and here we have this, da, 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 da. And I'm gonna get my cute little card, and we're gonna do this background. So we're just gonna have a little bit of a soft yellow focal point over here. And you can do it kind of in, kind of more to the side like this. It was just something for your eye to draw to where your sentiment is. So with no rhyme or reason, we're gonna pick a spot. Look at me, I know where everything is today. Ta-da! We're gonna pick a spot and we're going to kind of ink blend. I only need my yellow and my blue. So I'm gonna use Prize Ribbon and Squeeze Lemonade. And I'm gonna start with my yellow. Okay, and you don't have to use these colors. If you have other colors you prefer to use them. So here we have Squeeze Lemonade. And it's my first time using this foam brush, so I'm gonna kind of get it in there. And you don't have to use a foam brush. You could use a bristle brush, like a Hero Arts brush or something. Ooh, which are back in stock. The 2-packs are back in stock of the Hero Arts brushes. Oh, this one's LDRS. You can see I love them all. So we're just going to kind of make like a little area of some yellow. And I know you can go darker if you want. It's literally up to you how much yellow you want, how much fading you want. I'm just going to keep it like that, because the other thing is I'm going to go back with my yellow to ink blend kind of those rough edges. So you'll see you're going to get a little bit of a green, because after that blue comes in, it's going to be a little harsh. And I'm going to go back in with that yellow to kind of blend that blue out. So I'm going to take I'm using Prize, I'm going to keep it like this. So here I'm using Prize Ribbon and Squeeze Lemonade. So we put our Squeeze Lemonade down. And now we're going to go with Prize Ribbon. If you haven't used we're using Hammermill 80 pounds. So if you haven't used this yet, you can see the difference. Da, 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 da. You can see here, I'm going to be dark. Mine's going to be a little bit dark, which is okay. I'm just trying to stay on the edges here to my paper. And I'm right-handed. I don't like working upside down, or I don't like working like to my left there. So I just twisted my paper. I turned it upside down. I'm going to try and keep my clean fingers in that yellow area. Do, 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 do. So I'm ready for the weekend. Oh, we have our flea market start. So flea market technically starts today. It's VIP Friday. So we have VIP shoppers shopping all day today. There are some spots left for later today, or it's open to the public with no VIP shopping the rest of the weekend, Saturday and Sunday during business hours. So Saturday 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. or Saturday 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. So I kind of got my blue how I want it, and then and it's okay if you have some like heavy brush marks, it doesn't matter. Mine's gonna be a darker tone than the one Liz did too, but all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go kind of over those edges a little with the yellow to just kind of try and soften it up a little. So I will have a little bit of darker yellow there in the center, but that's okay. I also have a stamp instead of that foil, so I want that black text to be able to kind of pop up. So now I have this kind of going. Yay, exciting, Renee. I'll see you later. I'll be here all day. Okay, I'm gonna put these guys over here. So now you have the choice. If you're using a paintbrush, you can use paintbrush, dip it in water, and you can kind of like tap it like this. You can squirt this out too and just kind of get that splatter effect. You can use like a sprayer. It's just not going to be, it's going to be a more misty effect. You can take, if you have one of these misters, ooh, this has no name on it or no branding. If you have a mister, you can take it out and you can flick the inside here. You can just use that to flick water onto your spot. Or if you have a splatter brush like this, which is what I'm going to use, because you're going to be able to just go like this and you'll get a lot more, you should be able to get a lot more of kind of like different sized water splotches. So the only thing you'll see that I don't have is I didn't bring a cup of water. So I'm going to dip my splatter brush straight into here like this. So I'm just picking up some water. You'll see like this. I'm just going to pull back. Oh no. I have one big drop. Look at that. That's okay. If I feel like I need a lot more bigger drops, I can take out. Ooh, look at how cool. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's reacting. I have this big drop here. This is going to get covered anyways, so I'm not too worried about dripping on top of it. But then I have all these other cool little water reactive pieces. And then I'm going to put this to the side so it can dry. But that's it. I don't feel like I need more. It was like one bloop of my splatter brush there. Ta-da, with a couple little things. If you do feel like you need more, just kind of, you know, dip something in there and just get some more kind of like splotches. You can just always add some bigger splotches there, some water drops. Okay. Da, 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 da. So we have that happening there. I'm gonna put this to the side here. I should have a paper towel. Nope. I have this guy here. Okay. And then we're just gonna do some super cute faux watercoloring with the Distress inks. So I'm a big fan of my inks, so I'm going to use, you can, if you want to keep it like contained, you can try and squeeze it in there. If you have the smaller cubes, you can squeeze in there. Oh no, my thing fell over. Here we go, the one I needed right on top. So if you have wells, you can kind of squeeze your smaller cubes in there if you want. Or you can just use kind of the silicone areas around. There's also at the top and the bottom of the Sizzix mat, it doesn't have like a bottom part of the well, so you can just kind of add some ink there to that like that. Da, 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 da. So my 4 colors, I have a blue, I have Wild Honey, which is a little bit of a darker yellow, I have Squeezed Lemonade, and I'm going to pick a green, which I had Shabby Shutters, but now it's going to be Field Paint. Ooh, Crushed Olive. I really love Crushed Olive. It's what I tell my kids, the color of your people, because we're Greek and we love olives. So then all I'm going to do is take my cute little wreath piece, my floral piece for my kit, and we're just going to use our aqua brush. I use the aqua brush because I'm lazy and I don't want to have a cup of water. It's filled with water in here. It has a water well, and if you squeeze it, water comes out like that, and then you can just kind of put a little to the side, and I can pick up a color and I can just start faux watercoloring. So I'm going to color my big kind of colors. And all I'm doing, you can see that the ink is kind of dry on there, but it doesn't matter when I pick up some color. Now we stamp this with archival ink because it's waterproof. If I had stamped this with just regular distress ink, it wouldn't give me this effect. It would be very, the ink would start to smush because it's water reactive, right? And then if I want to change colors, I'm just going to kind of get that color off of here and switch into, now I have some squeezed lemonade, and the more kind of water I add, like the more I just pick it up a little bit and just keep coloring, it does like an ombre kind of effect. So you can see that there. You can see here that I am not a watercoloring wizard, but I feel like I can pretend when I'm using distress inks. Ha 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 ha. That's what I like to call faux watercolor. Right? And I don't want to add too much water because this isn't distress paper, it's just the Neenah or the Hammermill, but it's okay because it stamps well. When it's dry, it'll be fine. And we have foam dots, so we're not adding a ton of water to it because we're not doing lots of mixed media with it. So it's good for stamping, and it's awesome for foiling, using it in your glimmer machine. I might go back and pick up a little bit of darkness here. Do I have another one of those flowers? Oh, just one of those. Okay, so I'm going to get that kind of off. I'm going to pick up some blue. And then I'm just going to color some of the cute little tiny flowers blue here. And I'm just going to go with whatever is on the tip of that water brush. So as it runs out of ink, some of the blue will be lighter and some of it will be kind of darker. So here's another blue kind of flower here. So you can see here they're a little bit lighter than the ones on the outside, so I can keep it like that. Or where it's like lighter, then I can go back into the blue and just add a little bit of darkness to it. Then I have my blues, and I have my yellows, and then I'm going to go to the green. So I have some peeled pink, or no, sorry, crushed olive. So I'm just going to go in and put some of that in here. I'm going to go in some of these big kind of greenery pieces. I'm going to be here, and as the water starts, or as the ink starts to kind of run out of here, is this a flower? Oh, that is a flower. I'm going to make it something else. I'm going to make that whole flower wild honey, maybe. But as the ink color starts to run out, I'm going to go to these little bunches, so it's just kind of a different Why are people calling me? Don't they know I'm on a live? So you can see that it's a little bit lighter green without having to go in and get a fourth color. I'm just kind of watercoloring it out, so then I can kind of go in here, pick up some more ink if I wanted some pieces to be darker. And if I want to transition faster, I could just go like this a little bit, and then I'm going to have kind of a lighter green. So we have, oh, look at that cute little faux watercolor. Ta-da! And then, oh, no. I picked up some blue and green. I'm just going to make this color. I think I'm going to pick up a little bit. Oh, no, that's going to be orange. Oh, that's going to be green. I was like, oh, I'm going to get purple. Nope. So I just got that color off like that just by going around like this. I'm just going to pick up some of the darker and just make this flower a little bit darker. Like that. And then I feel like I'm done painting. Ta-da! So then I can take, there's, you can lay it down flat, so you can decide, do you want to glue it down flat on your project? You can. In your Facebook Friday kit, you also had, oh, here's my one from today with that big splotch. So, you can glue it down flat, or you can glue it down with pop dots. In your Facebook Friday kit, you did get a sheet of the 3L foam dots, so you can try them. So that was included in there. And then, of course, it depends on which, this one's still kind of wet, so I'm going to put that to the side. So, of course, it depends on which kind of sentiment you have and how you want to line your sentiments up. So maybe you want the sentiment to be popped up and this to be flat. That's totally fine. You also have this is a mini slimline card base. So you have that, and then you can mount it on your mini slimline card base. Maybe I had some glue here. So I just have a little taper here. I'm going to mount. I have a foam dot stuck to the tip of my finger, so I'm like gluing all weird. So you can put this down like here. You don't have to leave the white edge, because I'm shocked that I'm leaving a white edge, truth be told. And then you can put, so you can decide, do you want this flat or popped up? You kind of fit it on here like this. Ta-da! And then, you know what? I think I am going to put it flat, and then I'm going to pop up the thank you. So I'm just going to take some liquid glue because I think it's faster. Doo-doo-doo. I didn't even glue down the little points. You can. It's just up to you what you want to do. Ta-da! So I'm going to put that down nice and flat. Ooh, I like how that prize ribbon is so dark. It's nice. And then we have that there like that. And then I'm going to just foam dot the thank you up like this. And it should fit and not really show. Oh, it shows a little. Neat. There are micro squares too, but you can also take these and cut them in half. Boop. So then they're not as small as micro squares, but you can still stick them behind things like this. So that is our cute little Facebook Friday today. Oh, another tip is sometimes I just take these and I just cut a couple on my foam sheet, so then I don't have to sit there and do it in the air. And as I need them, they still stay on my foam sheet, and I take them as I need them. Do 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 do. In these little skinny areas, because it's not like super skinny, but it's not super thick either. And then I'm just gonna glue that down. Yeah, well, I'm glad. I hope you guys had a good time with this Facebook Friday. Tomorrow is Saturday. We'll come live probably out from the flea market area. And well, Tim Holtz is doing another live, so tomorrow announcing something new again that we have on order. It has not shipped yet. It hasn't started shipping to us. So we'll be super excited when it does. And then, oops. Ta-da! Like that. Do 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 do. my God, I forget. I don't like to be quiet on these because then I'm like, oh my God, is it frozen? But, ta-da. Sometimes I get like, oh my God, what am I doing? So there we go. That's our cute little new, or this week's Facebook Friday. Next week, which one is next week? Oh, I think next week is a scrapbook layout. Yes, Nina is doing a scrapbook layout. No joke, but we have a little bit of inking techniques. Shocker! Inking technique with a scrapbook layout. Is that one next week? Let me double check. Yes, this one is next week. So it is a scrapbook layout. And then the last one is a cute little mixed media tag. So, fun month. There's a lot of stuff happening with this Facebook Friday thing. So, that is today. I hope you guys enjoyed the cute little tag. Oh, wait, before I leave. So this is one. So then here you see, I'm going to show you with all the different pieces that Liz from the stamp set. So the wreath and the cute little flower pieces so that you don't waste them. So you can see Liz made 3 cards using that one stamp and kind of the sentiment. So the 2 stamps, the flower stamp and then the sentiments. So, we had this one right here. So we had just the thank you and the cute little thing, how we're going like this. Oh, it's VIP, so it just started. I actually don't even know. There's people out there. Here she did the smush technique, again with the same stamp set. Here's the sentiment, so this is just the hello. Here she did add a cute little butterfly. This is an oldie but a goodie, so it's the little, I don't remember, they're pink fresh little tiny butterflies, and she used the glimmer plate, or the the glimmer die plate, and then Distress watercolor painted it with the Distress inks too. She did say it doesn't work really well if you use the oxides to watercolor because of the pigment. It starts to kind of blur out the lines in the archival ink and in the foil. So you have that, and then this one's so cute. So with the little tiny flowers that were left over, here is the Tim Holtz doily die. Embossing folder, not die. So here's the Tim Holtz embossing folder in the background. You have the happy birthday and then the cute little added flowers. So with that one stamp and die run, she made 3 different cards. So, and we just happened to only do the one. So that is that. And then these floral stamp and dies, they keep coming out with so many cute ones. So there's more coming with the new release that's shipping. So I hope everybody has a happy Friday, a good weekend if I don't see you guys. And yeah, we'll see. Well, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.